Hey, here we go. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we're coming to you live on Facebook, on the YouTube page of Sports 5, and of course, sports5.ph, the website. This is Post Play, a special Thursday edition. My name is Noel Zarate, along with Ali Peak and Don Aliado. And gentlemen, thank you once again for agreeing to reschedule. I have been away. I've been in Hong Kong for the past 6 days, but I remembered you guys. So I got you some shirts. I know Don, red is your color, so I got you the red one. That's the map of the whole Hong Kong land.
Yeah, where's the party area where they, you know,
Lang Kwai Fong?
It's somewhere here.
It's there somewhere. You can find it. So thank you for agreeing to reshoot again this coming Thursday. And again, we are live right here on this Thursday. So what have you been doing while I was away? How's your Holy Week?
No, Holy Week was pretty cool. I got a chance to grace an event. It was a basketball tournament.
Oh, wow.
Over 100 teams. Men, women, and children. So I was.
They were all there?
It was pretty big. Yeah, it was big. Everyone was there, and they had invited PBA players to go there, but no one had been able to make it. So they were really happy that I was able to make it, and I was happy to just kind of give back. You know, it's supposed to be vacation, right? But that's what I did. I spent my time with the kids and with the basketball players and
some guys
in tournaments.
Surfing in La Union.
I was in La Union, yes. This is a much better story than his, of course.
So you don't think giving back is good?
You know, so I really was relaxed in La
relaxed.
Union.
You don't think giving back is a good idea?
You were in Quezon Avenue.
I was in Quezon Avenue. I was in Las Piñas.
Yeah, no, you weren't.
I was at a basketball tournament. Nope. It's all over Instagram story.
Moving on.
Yeah, that's
great. Yeah. How long did you surf for? Did you eat it a couple times or what?
It's a good thing you guys were able to take a little bit of a break. So we're all back together again this Thursday evening. We're going to be talking about Gilas again right now. Of course, Gilas getting ready for that Siaba tournament, which is exactly 3 weeks away on May 12 to 18, which will be done at the Smart Araneta Coliseum. We still have 22 healthy bodies in this one. Now we're going to have to figure out who's on the bubble, who needs to work a little harder, who will be struggling to make the team, or who we think could actually be the shoo-ins coming in. We have a bunch of names, and we group them into three. We have the guards, we have the wings, and we have the bigs. And let's see the groupings for the guards. We have Jason Castro, Ed Dakiwag, who's one of the cadets, Gio Halalan, also one of the cadets. We have R.R. Pagoy, one of the cadets, L.A. Revilla, Terrence Romeo, Mike Tolomia, another cadet, Almond Vosotros, and Matthew Wright. So we'll start off with the guards here, gentlemen. Mr. Aliado, I'll start off with who you think could be on the outside looking in on this one.
I think one of them is could be L.A. Revilla and Almond Vosotros.
L.A. Revilla. Almond Vosotros actually has no team in the PBA at this moment, but he is trying his best to make it to the national team. What makes you say these two former LaSalle players, actually?
It's simple. You got Jason Castro there, Halalon, Dakiwag, Pogoy in front of him, Romeo. You got Tolomia as well, and one of the guys that I think is another standout, Matthew Wright.
So Matthew Wright and the rest of the guys you mentioned could dislodge these two guys. I'm actually with you on this one. L.A. Revilla and Almond Vosotros, probably the guys on the outside looking in. Not to take anything away from them. They're working very hard in the pool, but some decisions have to be made. And I think you're on the right page with cutting L.A. Revilla and probably putting L.A. Revilla on the bubble along with Almond Vosotros.
So malamang yung sagot nitong katabi ko, same din yung sagot sa akin. So, tignan lang natin kung ano sasagutin niya.
Now, before he does answer, I'm going to give Ali a chance to look at the lineup again. Who do you think among the guards is 100%? I would bet the house in. I would bet the house in the lineup.
Jason Castro.
Yeah.
That's obvious. Terrence Romeo. And Matthew Wright.
Oh, so your cadet would be Matthew Wright.
Yeah.
All right.
Me too. I'd have to go with Don. I definitely think Matthew Wright would definitely be good because he's 6'3", 6'4", and you need height, you need athleticism. And let's face it, he's not a regular rookie. He's more of a super rookie, like I've said before. The guy is averaging, with the exception of this conference, he's averaging double figures. He's good for like 27, 28, 29 points every once in a while. So I really I have to agree with Don. That's a good selection.
Yeah, so Jason Castro also along with Romeo. So who among the guards you think would be on the outside looking in here, who would be struggling to make the team? If Coach Schott had to make a cut right now, who do you think it would be?
Well, I think it would be L.A. Revelia, Gio Halalon.
Wow.
Again,
Whoa.
well, I mean,
That's a
it's
big one. Yeah.
well, you're talking about who you going. Well, okay, fine. Let's go back. Let's go back. Let's go back. Because you know what? No, I like Gio Halalon. I really do. I really do. But yeah, Alman Vosotros. He's not on the PBA team right now.
He does not have a PBA team.
And yeah,
So your answer basically is the same as my answer.
Yeah, so what?
No,
so what? We agree. I mean, we can agree. We can agree, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so what's the big deal?
No, there's no big deal. I'm just saying your answer is the same as my answer.
Yeah, so what? So what?
Yeah,
No, it's not like I'm
that
copying
also
off
be
your
good.
test or something like
I
that.
just want to know if your answer is the same as my answer.
Okay, so yeah, you said that 3
Happy
times.
Easter, folks.
What do you want?
All right, now looking at the other names here, the guys who could be on the fence also. Ed Dakiwag, he's shown a lot of improvement in the PBA. Mike Tolomia, however, has not had the playing time that he should be having in rain or shine uniform. Does this affect Mike Tolomia's chance of making it into the team? We all know that he's a PBA D-League MVP.
Mm-hmm.
He's just in a team right now that's pretty deep in the guard rotation in rain or shine.
Yeah. But you know what? I think this guy, he just might. You never know.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, Coach Shutt, like we mentioned this before, Coach Shutt is full of surprises.
You guys have been
never
under,
know.
Yeah, you guys have been under Coach Schott in your careers. Is he known to pull off some lineup surprises every now and then?
Well, I'm just saying, we were all surprised when L.A. Tenorio got taken out of the lineup. I know that we're talking about a different regime here, but it's still Gilas, and Terrence Romeo was pretty much replaced him. You know, hard to tell.
Yeah, okay.
Hard to tell.
So those are the guards here. I would also venture the same thing. Vosotros and L.A. Revilla might be on the fence in this one. I'm actually picking over Matthew Wright. I'm actually picking Gio Halalon to make the team. But I don't think Matthew Wright is considered among the guards. He's more a wing to me. So I think both Gio Halalon and Matthew Wright have big
Pero
chance of making the team.
sa Gilas, kailangan natin ng height din eh. So he's gonna move on over to the guard spot. He can play the 1, 2, and 3. That's his versatility. Yun na yung nadadala niya sa sa Gilas.
Right, now which brings us to the wings in the equation for Gilas. We have Calvin Abueva, Carl Brian Cruz, who's one of the cadets. We also have Kevin Ferrer, who's one of the cadets. Jonathan Gray, a rookie who is not a cadet, but he is a rookie in the PBA. He's Meralco's representative, by the way. Alain Maliksi, who replaced Paul Lee in this lineup, and another cadet from Global Port, Von Pesumal. Now, these are a bunch of shooters. Probably, if you look at this list, this will be the hardest to pick from.
It's hard, but I've got my picks already here for the wings.
Yeah.
I'm going with Calvin Abueva, Kevin Ferrer, and Alain Maliksi. You gotta have Alain there.
too,
He's gonna
me
provide some outside firepower.
Right.
Also, I see Jonathan Gray in the bubble, but the thing is, he's not yet that consistent from the outside. But he has his moments from the outside. But again, he's more of a slasher and he likes to get on a fast break. I really like the game of Jonathan Gray.
And you agree with Don's selection?
Except for Jonathan Gray, I just see those 3 guys making it.
Yeah.
That's it.
How about Carl Brian Cruz? Now, this guy started off in the PBA very well, surprised a lot of people in his first game.
He did
with
surprise a lot of
Alaska,
people, yeah.
And sort of faded now in terms of playing time. He should actually be getting more playing time with guys like Noy Baclao and Vic Manuel, not active for Alaska, but that hasn't been the case. Does this also make his Gilas stint suffer a bit because he's struggling with Alaska?
Possibly. I mean, it depends on how the coaching staff wants to look at that. But really, it's how he incorporates himself into the whole scheme of things. You know, a starter for any PBA team that scores double figures doesn't necessarily assimilate well into what Coach Shutt is looking for.
Right.
You know.
But this guy is 6'5", legit 6'5", has range, very mobile.
Yeah, but I mean.
Is that the mold Coach Shutt is looking
That
for?
is right.
Yeah,
Siya yung type na yun.
exactly. And in the ball handling skills, you're talking about, they're going to be going up against 6'7", 6'8" wings, very physical. Can he handle that? You know.
Okay, so you guys are going with
Right
Calvin.
now. Maybe later on, yeah. But I mean, we're talking about a very young.
what's going to happen here right now is that we have a team for the Siaba, we have a team for the SEA Games, right? So the Siaba team, that's the big one because that's our ticket to the FIBA Asia. So that's the tournament we need to win.
We own Siaba.
Yeah.
Whatever we do, you know, we can do anything, but we own Siaba.
Right.
That tournament has always been ours ever since.
Coach Schultz wants the best team for the Siaba, just in case teams like Thailand certainly come up with their own naturalized player. They're already a pretty good bunch as it is, but they come up with their own naturalized player. Indonesia, Malaysia, they might even do the same. So Coach Schultz wants the best team right now.
Yeah, you can't mess around here. You can't really, I don't think there's too much room to really experiment.
Yeah.
You just got to go with the guys that you know can get the job done, guys that have been seasoned and have been battle tested. Especially this tournament, in order to advance to the one that is the most important thing.
For the FIBA Asia first, and then it's a springboard to the World Championships as well, and perhaps even the Olympics. So far, let's just recap. We're saying, and this is as a collective right here, Jason Castro, Terrence Romeo, and Matthew Wright are our favorites to make the team. And on the bubble, for the guards at least, would be L.A. Revilla and Almond Vosotros. Now for the wings, again, it's more of a united choice here. They have Calvin Abueva, Kevin Ferrer, and Alain Maliksi. So those who are probably on the outside looking in on this will be Carl Brian Cruz, Jonathan Gray, and Von Pesumal. Now, before we get to the bigs right here, who do you think would have a special... let's just go back to Calvin Abueva. When Calvin Abueva was taken out of the team in the last regime, as Ali mentioned, as I mentioned earlier, what changed for Gilas? What all of a sudden, what did they lack when Calvin Abueva wasn't on the team?
Oh, go ahead, Pete.
Go for it.
Maybe the feistiness that Calvin Abueva brings, the little short antics that he does, the energy, the spark maybe of trying to get under players' skin. You know, maybe that's something that I think we lost when we didn't have Calvin the Beast Abueva.
Okay. Now, are you going to rebuttal on that one? Or are you
the energy and defense.
Okay. Now, let's just say, and I'm just going to play with your thoughts on this one, gentlemen, that Calvin Abueva gets cut. Who is the Calvin Abueva replacement? Who is going to do exactly what you guys described in Calvin Abueva if Calvin Abueva doesn't make the team? We're not sure if Coach Schultz is gonna get Calvin Abueva.
Not for the wings here that we have. No, we don't have anybody that can replace Calvin Abueva.
In terms of that dynamic.
In terms of that type of
that type of energy. I mean, he plays big for his size. He can go and he's versatile enough to guard a long forward and also a very fast guard.
Right. Okay. So Calvin Abueva is a must-have. Let's just hope that he stays healthy to make it to the Siaba. Now we're moving on to our bigs. In this case, we have Japet Aguilar. We only have two cadets in this list. We have Japet Aguilar, Raymond Almazan, Junmar Fajardo, Fonzo Gotladera, who's a cadet, Bradwin Ginto, Norbert Torres, Troy Rosario, and Arnold Van Opstal, also a cadet. So the two cadets, in my opinion, are going to struggle to make this team.
Yeah.
It's again, going to Siaba, gusto natin talaga yung pinaka-best na ngayon, yung season na ngayon. Yung pwede na maglaro, yung maganda yung nilalaro. So, obviously, sino nandun? Si Japet, si Raymond Almazan, Junmar Fajardo, and of course, Troy Rosario. So, yung mga yun, ready na yun eh. And we don't want to take any chances here in the Siaba. So, go ahead with the guys that are playing well right now.
Okay, so you're getting these two guys out, but who do you think, of this list, if you're only going to choose 4 from the bigs, only 4, who's in?
That's it.
That's it.
That's it. Aguilar, Almazan, Fajardo, and Troy Rosario.
There's no one. They're at this stage of their careers, and you compare them to these other guys, no way.
Yeah.
You got to go with these guys. These guys are some of the best bigs that the Philippines has to offer.
Are they better than you during your peak?
Who do you see as the only peak here?
There's none here, but
I don't know, man. No. I think you're the best.
Whatever. You know what? I'm not gonna.
I just think you're the best.
I'm not gonna. Okay, fine. That's fine. But I'm not gonna play into his bullshit right now. Look, man. Look. Everyone's different, okay? And why even do that? You know, everyone had their time. It's their time right now, and these guys are the best. I'm just going to leave it at that. They're the best.
You gotta remember that. You know, we may have 4 bigs, but Andre Blatch is joining. So we're actually not making a list of 12. We're actually making a list of 11 players. Because when Andre Blatch comes in, he'll take one of those slots. So we got 11 players left.
Let me include something else. And Peak, you can agree with me. I think you can agree with me on this one. If we were supposed to choose, because Andre Blatch is coming, so that's going to leave just 3 big guys for us to choose from. It's going to be Troy Rosario, maybe, and Troy Rosario and no. Troy Rosario and Raymond Almazan. It could be a toss-up.
Oh, so they're on the
now.
bubble.
If we were supposed to choose between one of those guys, who would you choose?
You know what? I love Troy, but I want to give Raymond Almazan a chance.
Really?
Okay,
yeah.
Raymond
I'm
Almazan.
on the other side of that, though.
I will choose Troy Rosario simply because we can move him down to the wings position, and he can guard some of those wings there and add more height to our roster.
And I think he's still a better
Well, wait a minute. Well, okay, fine, but in Raymond, you got a shot blocker. He's very athletic.
Definitely.
He plays the natural inside position.
Yeah.
And right now, outside of Jumar Fajardo, Japet Aguilar, let's face it, Japet is, when you compare physicality, okay, Japet is a little bit under Jumar Fajardo.
Right, but there's Andre Blatch.
Raymond, fine. Well, yeah, but you still need physicality underneath the basket. Now, Raymond Almazan, I think you're going to have Jumar there regardless. But as far as moving around at that position, okay, that 4 spot or that 5 spot, I think he would move very, very well within the scheme of what Coach just trying to do.
I agree with you, yes. But with the wings, kulang tayo sa wings natin. I mean, we only have Calvin Abueva, Kevin Ferrer, and Alain Maliksi.
Yeah,
3 guys.
Yeah, but we're talking.
So
but wait a minute. We're talking about bigs here. We're not talking about
bigs here. Yes.
We're not talking about wings.
He can go also in the wing position.
He's saying versatile.
Yeah, okay, no, I get that.
Add ceiling.
Fine, I get that. But what about the underneath the basket, the inside?
That's covered already, bro.
No, it's not covered. We've played against some of the more physical teams in the world. I remember when we played against Australia. We played against New Zealand.
We did play against New Zealand.
What happened?
Oh, of course, it's the height.
We got but you need physical players underneath the basket. Troy is a physical player, but I mean, let's face it, Troy is more of the 3-4 position. What about the 4-5 position? We can't get away from that.
So by saying that, you think it's okay if we sacrifice one of the guards?
Look, you got Andre Blatch that's very versatile. He's a big.
He's going to play a lot
interchangeable, 4-5. He could play that, and he's got 3-point capability, and in some cases, he's allowed to bring the ball down. So that's covered. That's covered.
He and Jumar
That's covered. If you're gonna go with about 4 bigs, including the naturalized player, I love Troy, but Andre Blatch can do what Troy does. And probably better because of his NBA background, his height. He's 6'11".
For me, okay, that's fine. That's fine. For me, I would choose Troy Rosario simply because we can move him around positions. Right. We can have him play the 4, and we can have him guard the 3 guys.
Yeah, but
the wings. Okay.
How about if we just get all 5 of them and just sacrifice one of the guards?
We can do that too. I'd say. I mean.
Yeah, 4 of them and Blatch. That's 5 already. Then you have 7 wings and guards.
Probably take out maybe Pogoy.
Ooh, that's a big one. He's playing very
well.
So is Terrence Romeo.
But look, Pogoy knows the dribble drive very, very well.
Okay.
And part of being a part of that dribble drive offense is. Now, you correct me if I'm wrong. Of course, it's about being aggressive while attacking the basket, but you also have to be good at moving without the basketball. Who's better at that, Pogoy or Terrence Romeo?
Oh, they both are actually. But
and who's a more physical player? You're going to need physicality when you play on an international level. Pogoy is a guy that likes to post up other guards.
He's not going to do that in international games, but let me tell you right now.
But he's physical.
I'm gonna tell you right now. You choose Terrence Romeo over Pogoy. I would choose Terrence Romeo.
Well, no, it's a talk. Okay, well, what about Gio Halalon?
Ooh, he's tough too. Oh, either way, I would choose Terrence.
Yeah. Well, it's a good thing we're not Coach Shot on this one because he has a lot of guards to choose from, a lot of wings to choose from, and that Andre Blush coming in presents a special problem in the big man position because pretty much we've locked it down. Japet, Raymond Almazan, Junmar Fajardo, and Troy Rosario, they've all got to be there in that team.
That'd be great to have them all there.
Yeah, I think they could all be there.
They could all, why not?
Blush.
Yeah.
Now you got 5 bigs and then 7 on small side.
Which goes back to what he was saying. If you could bring in, if Coach Chut, or what you said, if Coach Chut decides to sacrifice one of the natural wings and puts Troy at that wing position every once in a while.
But again, we're talking about Siaba. No matter what you do,
we're
bigger than any of them.
Yeah. So what? Bring your firepower.
Yeah.
Don't mess around.
So yeah, you can also just say, "Oh, we're doing Siaba, so we can actually opt to go small."
No.
Against teams like Thailand.
Absolutely no, absolutely not.
Okay.
You want to bring your firepower. Plus, those guys are going to play in the game in the big tournaments anyway.
Right.
So you might as well go ahead and get them, put them in the fire already. Get their feet wet all over again. You know what I mean? Get them, so they're not a rusted bayonet, so to speak. You know what I mean? Like they're sharp. They're ready to go.
Okay. Now again, May 12 to 18, that is our Siaba tournament, which will be held at the Araneta Coliseum. They will also be having 2 Siaba tournaments actually coinciding at the same time. We also have our under 16 Siaba tournament.
That's cool.
Their games will be held in the morning, while the games of the seniors will be held at night. That's going to be a very, very long week of basketball. Of course, Sports 5 is going to have every blow-by-blow action on this one.
Blow-by-blow.
Of course, it is going to be the blow-by-blow action. Again, you know, with regards to the lineup, Coach Shot is going to have to make that lineup, submit that lineup very soon. We all know that the Siaba is still under FIBA, and FIBA is very, very strict with that.
Again, it's who's going to be available. Right now, he's probably having problems with the availability of these players. Kasi, siyempre, may other teams yan eh. Naglalaro sila ngayon eh.
Yeah.
So some of them are still injured, some of them can't practice because they're resting for their games, etc., etc. So, medyo hirap din si Coach Chot ngayon. Because I spoke to him earlier. You weren't here because you were somewhere else.
You did your research. Great, great.
So, nakausap ko si Coach Chot, hindi siya nahihirapan.
Yeah.
Yung siyempre scheduling ngayon eh. But you know, it is what it is, and they'll deal with it.
And by the time we have the show next week, Andre Blush might have already showed up in the country to see what kind of shape he's in. His squad actually swept the CBA finals, so he's on the he's in the States right now for vacation. But by this time next week, he should be back with the Gilas pool, and he'd be surprised to see, ooh, we got a bunch of kids.
Yeah,
that's cool. Right, so Andre Blush could actually start becoming a mentor to some of these kids. And of course, we would love for you to send your questions to us. We have a bunch of guys here waiting for some questions who you can actually fire to us in the next episode. Remember, we'll always be live. We still don't know exactly what the schedule is going to be like because like Gilas, we also have schedule issues that we have to deal with. But again, you have to join us next week. Maybe you can get us some of your questions about Gilas, and we'll be happy to post it here on Post Play. On behalf of Don Aliado and Ali Peak, my name is Noel Zarate. We'll see you next week. This has been Post Play.